I recently released my 10-minute daily planning book for developers that make me a published author. So many people have reached out to me asking about what are the steps that I have taken. So in this small video, I will be showing you the couple of steps that I have taken. So let me switch from my video to my screens. All right. So as I was saying, this book has made me a published author. So now I have a page on Amazon with a um, page that talk about me. So that was a dream. Before doing this, I have tried two other books, but they didn't go anywhere. I could not finish them, but this time I did. So here is what I have done, everything that I have done. So, what I will cover is ideation, then my first initial draft. After that, what are the steps that I have taken for reviews and different other things, and the screens and listing. All right, let's dive in. So, when it comes to the idea, I have many ideas, and my Shape 30 for 30 community, Captain Table community have helped me figure out what is that one thing that I want to talk about. One of the things that they always say, that don't talk about everything, don't talk about too many things. It has to be one topic, one person, one outcome. So that's how I was able to pick a very small topic of 10 minutes. Even in that, 10-minute daily planning for developer, so that they get the most out of their day. They have focus and everything. So I was able to bring it to very focused topic, but to be able to do that, steps was not that easy. I had many ideas, and I will show you a couple of them here that and I want to talk about many things. So I come up with multiple outline, multiple topics, as you can see here. And then I had a big analysis about everything that I have wrote about the popular items, and out of that, I picked that the time management and some of the topic that I kind of covered that later. And then there was additional thing. These are the some of the things that I was talking in my newsletter, articles, Twitter. So I brought those, and then later I brought everything that I have written previously. These are all my 2022 atomic essay, and then later I was using this page to write some of the section day by day. So every day I would publish an atomic essay and then convert that into one of the section in this book. So by following that process for some time, I was good with my very first draft, where I had divided everything in two parts. Part number one was to build the foundation. I was talking about time management technique, every little detail that I can think of, and then different applications. So it was it, and also the task goal setting technique. So it was a lot. So my idea at that point was I will build a foundation, and then I will get in the part two, I will help them build a very customized system for them. And obviously it was a lot. So from there, so I had many iteration, I had many feedback from my friends. It converted into different chapters. Ultimately, this was, I think, as far as I can go in the Notion. and it took me couple of weeks to be able at this point, and then from here I copied everything over to Google Doc. Google Doc is very good when you want to take feedback from other people, and originally I was thinking Google Doc would be the format that I will release. So at that point I copied the latest version at that point into a Google Doc. So let's go into that Google Doc. So at that point, this was my first picture. This is the backup number 1. And as you can see that it again has many parts. So 13 chapters, and I don't think it's reflecting the pages accurately. So let me refresh that real quick. Forgot, this one was the version 1 with 300 pages, 257 pages. It has a lot of information. I brought information from all different places that I could use, and then I wrote a lot, and then from there I started shrinking it. It still has like 13 chapters at that point, plus template. After that I changed, moved some of the pieces into appendix, and then brought total number of chapter to 9, and then I continue to evaluate, is it making sense, it's not. And then by the time I had another version, I had, well, it's still there. And then I think at some point, yes, so this was the final version in the Google Doc that I only had the 10 or 11 chapters, and I have moved a different thing around. One of the things that I was doing during this time is to ask ChatGPT about, these are the different chapters, does it make sense? And then it would come back with some suggestions. So I was using ChatGPT in terms of copying this table of content, and then sharing that with it, and trying to ask different questions and all. So I did all that, and then once I was feeling comfortable with all the feedback that I have received with my friends, there were many names, so I won't take some name because then I will forget many of the people, but many people have helped me with the reviews, and specifically bringing it down from 250 pages to 70 pages to just the core message. And then at that point I brought this information into my Readsy book. Readsy, a free application that you can use. So I was able to bring all those information. It allows you to import your file. And then I spent a lot of time in formatting and rearranging this information. I rewrote many of the information just to be able to make sense, especially with some of the information was longer, some of the information was shorter. So I did all that. So each chapter kind of well connected, was making sense at that point. I also used ChatGPT for writing some takeaways for each chapter. So I was copying chapter to them, and then I was asking what are the different takeaway for chapter. Obviously, once I copied this into Readsy, I rewrote everything, so it was not like I was using them as it is, but I was making a lot of changes. So once everything was there, then I had to work on a cover for it. I did start sooner though. So I was able to make a cover using one of the template that I found here, and then there are features within Canva that allow me to create images like this. So I created this, But then I also wanted to publish as a physical book in Kindle, and again that was a desire to be a published author. So I contacted someone in Fiverr. I found a Star Design who was able to not only give me barcode for really cheap, he was also able to make a cover um, cover for me. See how fancy it is, and it was very cheap. And it was not about money, but it was the consultation that he has provided to me during this conversation. So great work, big shout out to Star Design. We had a long chat conversation, so we went back and forth, and he guided me with multiple steps. So by that time, I had the design, I had the book all done. And the way it work in Readsy, that you can add some additional section. um, I wanted to give a shout out again to everybody who have reviewed the book. So once you're done with everything, it allow you to add a couple of other sections. So once you're done, you click this export button. You can export as a PDF or mobile, and then once you export, it will be available. You will have to go through this exercise multiple times, because every time you will export, you will want to open, read it, and then make adjustments. So that's the process that I have followed. So once I have the book, once I have everything going, then I started working on my landing page. So card was the first one to do, and then I copied the similar information at other pages. But with the card, again, this is a learning from captions table, learning from all other friends, that you briefly talk about the book, then you talk about your creditability, why people should read, listen to you, and then what are the problem that you're trying to solve, how you're going to solve this, and then who this book is for, what you're going to get, exactly what you're going to get, and then the bonus offer. There's some testimonial from the people who have reviewed it, and then some of the question that they may encounter and would ask me. So this is the page. I spent a lot of time here. I use chat gpt again to build these offer. I'm gonna go switch to the chat gpt again. There is a two type of prompt that I have used. First one was from my friend Brian. He shared this with me, so I used that to identify a couple of offers, and then I found Jayant in LinkedIn, and he also provided some of the chat prompt. That was amazing, amazing, amazing good. More than the bonus offer, what I have got from that is the clear understanding of some of the audience. I tried with multiple audience, junior as well as senior, and then it provided me some kind of struggles, some kind of deeper understanding. By the way, I have spoken to close to 80 different programmers during last couple of months, so I had some information, but then this was really good information on top of that. So I use all that information while building this on the go template pack as an example of what I got from the chat gpt, some of the fancier name and all. And then obviously I use some of this information to build my ConvertKit page. I wanted to sell using ConvertKit page because it direct connection to my audience, my system. And then but I did build a page on Gumroad as well. I have not promoted it yet, but I have it there. One of the challenge that I'm facing with ConvertKit, that for $0 charge, when I'm sharing 100% off for even coupon, with some of the people who have helped me review this book. I wanted to give them some courtesy gesture, so I shared, but it's still charging them some money, or it's still asking them to input their credit card information. I don't get it. I reach out to ConvertKit, but their response is, this is how my system, our system work, and then in future may change that. So anyway, and after that, I worked on this page, and then here. So how you do that? You basically go to kdp.amazon.com. You create all your information there. Again, you copy some of the information you already have, or write that information, and then oops. Same thing with the printed edition. For the printed edition, you need ISBN number. Again, I had that ISBN number at that point. I had the cover page and all. All right, so this is the second page. You upload the cover, you upload the manuscript, and then you go to the final page. I will just click it so I can show you. Meanwhile, you have to have an ISBN number. Kindle or Amazon provide you an ISBN number, but I didn't want it to take that because if you take it from Kindle, Amazon, then you can only publish through them. You cannot have a Gumroad page, or you cannot have a Kindle your own ConvertKit page. So that's why I wanted to have my own. And then there are different choices. And then final page, I will show it here. This is where you can set all the prices. I reduced the price for India to just 100 rupees. But this is how you configure that page. And then when it comes to Kindle versus print, I always have this debate between whenever people say that they still have to have a print edition, I am making this difficult for them by charging them exact same amount on my page. So this is how I was able to configure the Kindle and print edition of the book. So again, back to my page, back to the summary page. It was a long journey. The idea took the longest, and then different draft feedback, and then the technical step, different technical application and all. It was a long journey. Took a couple of months, and but I've been writing for almost a year, so I was able to reuse a bunch of knowledge, bunch of atomic essay in this book. The main thing that I was able to use is the idea, when it comes to shrinking the idea into just one topic, one person and one outcome. So this is the entire journey. If you have any questions, let me know. Post comment or reach out to me on Twitter. I will be happy to jump on a Zoom call and share everything that I have done, plus answer any specific question, obviously for free. I am excited to be part of your journey. I know when I first wanted to make my book, it did not go anywhere because I was overthinking. This book was possible because I was able to limit the amount of brain amount of thing that you want to do and bundle in one particular initiative. But the clarity that you get from your own thinking and the work is most important in this case. So I will stop talking. Thank you so much for watching. Hit me and DM on Twitter or comment. I would love to hear from you. Bye for now.